أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the realm of Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 261 to 263.
ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم.
The example of those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah is like a seed of grain which grows 7 spikes. In each spike is 100 grains, and Allah multiplies His reward for whom He wills. And Allah is all-encompassing and knowing. In this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presents us with a vivid, living example that reflects the greatness of the impact of spending in His cause. After He had clarified in the previous verses the matter of resurrection, confirming it with evidence shown to the one who passed by the ruined town and to Ibrahim alayhi salam, and mentioned that these resurrected souls will return to a realm where they are fully repaid without reckoning, on a day when neither ransom nor intercession will avail, but only deeds will benefit, foremost among them being spending in the way of Allah. He gave the example of the spike to illustrate it. Then He mentioned that reminders of generosity accompanied by harm invalidate charity, just as ostentation nullifies it, and gave for this the example of the bare rock. This parable in the noble verse likens those who spend their wealth to a single grain of wheat that produces 7 ears, in each of which are 100 grains, that is, 1 grain multiplies into 700. This multiplication is not a mere numeric calculation, but a living image of vitality, blessing and growth. Crops by nature yield far more than what is planted in them, and they symbolize the divine mercy that blesses giving. This analogy draws hearts toward the understanding that spending in the cause of Allah is not a loss but a lasting investment in a life of goodness and blessing, multiplied by God's will, which knows no bounds. Thus, spending in Allah's path becomes a means of increasing provision, bearing many-fold fruits without measure, because Allah is vast in giving and knows exactly what every giver deserves and what every creature needs.
ثم لا يتبعون ما أنفقوا منا ولا أذى لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا
Verse
هم يحزنون.
262. Those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah and then do not follow up what they have spent with reminders of it or other injury will have their reward with their Lord, and there will be no fear concerning them, nor will they grieve. Here the text transitions to clarify the nature of praiseworthy charity, which is not followed by reminders, harm, arrogance, or ostentation. True giving stems from sincere intention, purifying the soul from the desire to dominate or humiliate others. Such giving brings peace and comfort to the soul and guarantees a reward wherein there is no fear and no sorrow. In it the heart and hand align together, and the act of giving is done seeking the pleasure of Allah, not fame.
ومغفرة خير من صدقة يتبعها أذى والله غني
Verse
حليم.
263. Kind speech and forgiveness are better than charity followed by injury, and Allah is free of need and forbearing. As further affirmation of what came before, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes clear that kind speech, good treatment and forgiveness are better than charity that is followed by harm. Charity is not merely money offered, it is also a cultivation of souls and morals that embody the spirit of Islam. Kind speech is a beautiful response to one who asks for help, comforting them, giving them hope in goodness. This in itself is a form of charity. The Prophet ﷺ said, "A good word is charity, and among what is good is to meet your brother with a cheerful face." Thus the one being asked should receive the seeker with warmth and welcome, facing him with cheer and closeness, so that he is thanked if he gives and excused if he withholds. Some of the wise have said, open quotes, "Receive the person in need with a smile. If you lose his thanks, you will not lose his excuse." Close quotes. Kind words and forgiveness purify hearts and preserve love, while charity that causes harm spoils relationships and plants resentment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala concludes the verse by saying, "And Allah is free of need and forbearing," meaning Allah has no need for the spending of the spenders or the charity of the givers, yet He is merciful and forbearing in dealing with His servants, teaching them patience, forgiveness and gentleness, and urging them toward love and compassion. And Allah knows best. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُّدَّكِرٍ